Alright, y'all. So I've got a lot of gas on this stuff, so I'm gonna stay a ways back. But this is all the rest of my Cowboys gear and what was left of my Pats gear. And like I said, man, I'm with everybody else. I've had it, and it's disgusting. It's disgraceful, and man, I just it's enjoyable watching this go up in flames. So I'm gonna stand back here. Like I said, this is gonna go up. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Woo! That's nice, huh? Let me tell you, and I really want to rant right now, because let me tell you, what is the point? What is the point of this? Okay, so it started with Colin Kaepernick, right? Okay, what did he say? First thing he said, this is about the flag, right? This flag's all about racism. He was the one that said it was about the flag. Nobody else. He was the one. And then everybody else wants to try and change the narrative. You know? I mean, okay, so now it's about what? Police brutality? Okay, give me a case. We want to talk about what? Michael Brown? Okay, Michael Brown. Let's talk about that narrative. Hands up, don't shoot. It was total BS. Complete BS. We had members of Congress with their hands up based on a complete lie told by a robber, okay? You had black eyewitnesses in court that testified, numerous, that said it was a complete fabrication. You got NFL teams coming out with their hands up, complete lie, and everybody knew it. I mean, it's just, it's embarrassing. I don't know. I mean, okay, assume the cases are real, okay? The handful that have been out there in the media. What do you got? You got 300 million people out there? How many police interactions do we have on a daily basis? How many times do black people come into contact with a police officer? Thousands and thousands. Okay, so even if the cases were legit, the unarmed guy is getting gunned down. Do you understand what the percentage is? It's like 99.8% all basically go completely smoothly. Okay, so what is there? 0.02%, 0.2%? That's it? And we want to call that an epidemic. I mean, do you understand how many people are getting shot around this country? I mean, there's plenty of things we can talk about. But if we can't even have like a common, decent understanding of what an epidemic is, okay? Under 1%, not an epidemic. I'm sorry. And I got news for you. You know what? I've stood at gunpoint with an officer on me. I'm 6'4", I'm 275, all right? I've had guns drawn on me. And you know what? I complied. And I lived. You comply, you don't die. It's that simple. All these guys, every single case, what do they have in common? Every single one, what do they have? The guy did not listen to the officer. Now, I'm not saying that it justifies a shooting. What I'm saying is, as an unarmed black man, you are not gonna get killed if you comply with the officer. It's simple as that. Just listen to his commands. I mean, these officers, they are the fine line between chaos, insanity, and us living a safe life. And they deal with this stuff on a daily basis, okay? And we can't, I mean, I don't blame them for going into situations. They want to go home every night. Every single guy they're dealing with, they don't know what he's like. They don't know what this guy's past is. So when he starts freaking out on them, and the majority of these cops, they're not scrappers. most of them are squirrely little guys that ain't been a scrap in their lives. And all of a sudden, they're thrown in the mix. Thrown in with some gangster that's been fighting all his life, that his heart doesn't even rise when he gets in that situation. And you know what? That little dude that ain't been in a scrap before, he's scared to death. I don't know, man. I mean, if we're gonna claim, you know, the root issue is police brutality. What was it? There was 10 guys. There was 10 guys in week 2 kneeling. On Friday that week, President Trump came out and he said, it's disrespectful. He used colorful language. He said, these guys need to stand for the flag. Week 3, 3 days later, what did you have? You had over 200 guys, almost 250 guys kneeling for the flag. What does that tell you? It's political. 110% political. It became about Trump. I don't know, whatever it was in the beginning, the narrative got totally lost and it became solely about Trump. And here's the thing. When you decide to use the flag, when you decide to use our military, when you decide to use this country to prove a political point, it's going to cause a problem with a big amount of the country. And not only that, when you go on foreign soil, and you take a knee, you go over, and then to stand, when God Bless the Queen comes on, to stand, a country that we where we fought for independence, and we decided to stand for that. How would you feel if you were in the military over there, risking your life in another country? And to see Americans, you finally get to see a game, and you see Americans kneel for their own anthem and stand for another country. I mean, it's sickening, guys. Straight up, it's sickening. And the problem is, nobody has the stones to stand up and call out these issues. They don't. Everybody's scared. I'm gonna get called a racist. You know what? We're past it. We're past it. People are sick and tired of it. And it's time that people start stepping up and people start calling stuff out. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. How many of you guys been outside the US? How many of y'all been to third world countries? You understand what it's like? You understand what it's like? I've been to Nigeria. I've been to Lagos. I've been to Port Harcourt. And let me tell you something. You go to those countries, you go to Mexico, you come back with a completely different view of the American way of life, of our justice system, of the way we get treated by our cops. Without going across that border and experiencing something other than the American way of life, you can't understand how good we have it. If you don't understand history, let me tell you something. You are ignorant. You're ignorant to the rights that we have in this country. You're ignorant to how good we have it in this country. Bloody wars were fought to give us the rights we have in this country. And let me tell you something, getting called names, getting stereotyped, that's not oppression, okay? Oppression is coming home and finding out your family got slaughtered because you stood up against the government. That's oppression. We don't even know what oppression is anymore. So, I mean, at this point, okay, we still got guys protesting. What do you want? What do you want? There's not a cohesive message, so what's the point? I mean, ultimately, if you protest, you come out with a demand, and you protest until you get that demand, okay? 250 guys kneel after Trump says that you should stand, and now 11 guys kneeled this past weekend. So did you get your way? I mean, what if you don't have a list of demands? I mean, this has become, guys, it's become a charade. It's become a total charade. I mean, and the truth is, the unfortunate thing is, you know who it's going to affect? Ultimately, it's going to affect the NFL. Who's the NFL benefit the most? Young black men. Giving them opportunity to come out of poverty, out of the ghetto, to have a chance at more wealth, more opportunity, more prosperity, more notoriety, more opportunity than probably 2% of the people on this entire earth. And it's destroying it. It's destroying their opportunity. Because I'll tell you this, ultimately, you think the people at the top are going to take it on the chin in the NFL? Nope. You know who's going to pay for it? Players. And the unfortunate thing is now you got players just saying, oh, hey, you don't want to come to our games. Bye. Later, don't come back. I mean, do you understand economics? Do you understand how you get paid? You get paid because the fan goes to the game. You get paid because the fan turns on the TV. Ratings go down, people don't go to the game, your contracts go down. I mean, I've never seen another business, to be able to up and protest and piss off your customer base, almost 50% of your customer base you piss off, and then tell them, I don't care if you come back, bye. It's insane. And here's the now even the owners, the NFL has become so pious and insanely out of control that the Redskins owner, Snyder, brought up in the meeting on Tuesday. He said, we're about to lose a $40 million sponsor. And the rest of the owners scoffed at him. They started laughing at him because it was $1 million a team. Because the overall revenue for each team, it was only $1 million a team. How arrogant has it gotten? Where you have the players don't respect the fans, and now the owners don't even respect the sponsors? Like, where is your head, NFL? Like, you've become so overinflated and insanely ignorant that it's laughable. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. And I played ball. I played this game. I played it. I coached it. I loved it. And it's just it's become a laughing stock. I don't know, man. I'm done. I've got family right now fighting in the military, fighting overseas, so these guys can do this. And let me tell you something. I lived my life in season, out of season. And then after that, I lived for Sunday football and Saturday football. And then when they start having it on Thursday nights and Friday nights and Tuesday nights, I loved it. I loved it. Football all week long. And the truth is, I can't even stand to watch the game anymore. I can't. It's become so disrespectful. I can't imagine if there was 15, 20 guys out there giving the Heil Hitler, a bunch of white boys with their head shaved, giving the Heil Hitler. I'd be saying the same thing. This is insane. Throw these guys off the field. But yet every time I turn on the TV, I gotta see a fist in the air. It's disgusting. It is. And ultimately, I'm telling you, you guys don't understand how mad this country is right now. And I'll say this, for the people that are partially offended and still go to the game, still watch it on TV. Let me tell you something. Like, if you don't have the stones to stand up for your country and say something's right or say something's wrong, well, there's a word for you. It's called a cuck. You're a chump. You're an embarrassment. You're as bad as these players are. Because you're part of the problem. Because you stand up for a company that's got absolutely no morals. And I'll say this. Budweiser, Ford, Verizon, you better be on notice. These guys, you want to play both sides of the fence. No, it's bullshit. It's BS. You can't play both sides of the fence. Why? Because this police brutality, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's not happening, guys. I'm telling the black dudes out there, you comply, you listen to the officer's commands, and you won't get shot. As I said, I'm a big dude. I'm a scary looking dude. I get stereotyped all the time. But you know what? You deal with the situation. That's the hand I was dealt, and that's the hand you were dealt. You deal with the situation, and you go home. But this ain't, it's not working. I mean, if it's to have a conversation, what Colin Kaepernick started kneeling a year ago. Okay? Where's the conversation gotten us? Has it been had? I mean, from what I see, shootings, I haven't seen barely any shootings over this last year. And what, protests are at the worst point ever? The majority of the NFL is hitting a knee. I don't know, man. It's destroyed the game. I'm done. I'm done. NFL, I am never coming back. You ain't got the stones to stand up, control your players. I mean, these guys, they want to twerk in the end zone, and you throw a penalty. I mean, the things that you fine them for, you know, they can't wear a sticker on their helmet. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys wanted to honor 5 fallen officers. September 11th, the dude wants to wear the cleats. Nope, can't do that. And yet you can't stand up for this. You can't stand up for the United States. All right. Well, you know what? I'm telling you, I hope you go bankrupt. I hope somebody steps up. AFL, I don't care who it is. I hope somebody steps up and challenges you right now. Because I'm telling you, I love my football. And you give me a bunch of boys out there that all respect this country, that stand in unity, that aren't going out there throwing a bunch of political statements, acting like a bunch of felonious morons. I'll start watching. Because I miss my football, and I know a ton of Americans do too. But I'm done. I'm putting my foot down, and I hope the majority of America does the same. I'm out.